Effect of experience of positive commenting activity on aggression and hate speech of Korean adolescents. Byoung-chul Min, Keun Park, Kyeong. This study was conducted for the purpose of verifying whether the positive commenting activity can act as a means of controlling the adolescent's aggression and hate speech. For this purpose, a survey was conducted on 410 middle and high school students registered in the Sunfull Foundation. Frequency analysis and regression analysis were performed on the collected data using FoCoS.IDIC.20220821.O.Session7. As a result of the study, it was found that the adolescents' overall aggression decreased, and in particular, the more they participated in positive commenting activity, the longer the participation period of positive comments, the lower the adolescents' overt aggression. In the view of these results, it suggests that considering the situation of current students who are pushed for study, it can be a more effective tool if the positive commenting activities are organized as one of the required subjects. Adolescents who spend 24 hours a day and a week with the online communities are called digital natives. Adolescents are the generation born since 2000, and they are lead in life by creating new win-win spaces and collecting information through social platforms such as Instagram and YouTube. In particular, today's adolescents have been exposed to digital culture since childhood due to the advent of the information society, the rapid development of communication technology, and the development of social media. The high-speed internet network of the 21st century has made adolescents change their lifestyles quickly. And the space in the internet is creating a new space and culture in the life different from before. Unlike the offline space, the internet space has the right functions in that it is possible to easily find and obtain the desired information without time and space constraints, enable interactive communication, and find pleasure while enjoying leisure activities such as listening to music, watching videos, and playing games. Conversely, there are also adverse functions to the use of internet, which are opposite to the positive functions, such as the addiction caused by excessive immersion in the internet, loss of self-control caused by games and chatting, maladjustment to schoolwork, posting of malicious comments, and emotional feelings of helplessness, and etc. It can also serve as an opportunity for adolescents to be exposed to various negative problems, such as increasing their likelihood of falling into internet addiction and encouraging problematic behavior. Aggression in adolescence is a subject that has been studied with various subjects for a very long time by different scholars. Aggression is a psychological characteristic that causes social maladjustment problems and violence, which can be viewed as a product of the interaction of personal factors such as instinct or temperament and environmental factors such as family poverty and social structure. For this reason, aggression in adolescence causes various problems such as immature social skills development, negative maladjustment. In addition, it is known the aggression that has continued since childhood leads to an increase in antisocial behaviors such as delinquency and crime in adolescence, which acts as a predictor of depression, drug addiction, and domestic violence in adulthood, promoting the development of antisocial behavior in adulthood. As can be seen above, aggression in adolescence has a significant influence on the behavioral development of adolescents, and it is necessary to be controlled. For this purpose, it is necessary to understand the adolescent's aggression and research on solutions that can fundamentally solve them. Since the aggression expressed in the online space is known based on the text, Unlike offline, it is expressed through malicious comments or insulting the other party through chatting. Most of these types are implemented through hate speech, which is a concept that mainly includes cases such as gender demeaning, parental demeaning, sexual demeaning, and simple profanity in the online space. According to the results of the survey by the National Human Rights Commission of Korea in 2019, adolescents who experienced hate speech online or offline accounted for about 70% of the survey subjects, and it was found that 82.9% of these committed online. What should be noted above all else is that despite the high awareness of adolescents that hate speech can lead to crime, the current situation is that there is no active solution to these problems. If strict regulations on hate speech are implemented, the problems described above can be solved. But the reason that regulations on hate speech expressed due to adolescents' aggression cannot be enforced because of the defense logic of freedom of expression. Those who oppose the regulation of hate speech have doubts about the correlation between hate speech and discrimination, violence, and they believe that the regulation on hate speech is an abuse of power, is ineffective, and will lead to the loss of autonomy from the speaker's point of view, which in turn will significantly damage the democratic system. Although studies on the effect of positive comments are insignificant, but looking at some studies related to positive commenting activity, it is reported that this has positive effects on the development of personality, adaptation to school life, self-esteem, community awareness, and information and communication ethics awareness for adolescents who have experienced the positive commenting campaign on the internet. In particular, considering that positive commenting activities are closely related to manners, autonomy, and responsibility among ethical consciousness, it is thought that the positive commenting activity, which aims to give courage and hope to those who suffer from malicious comments on the internet, and to create a brighter world through the use of honest and warm language, has a direct impact on adolescents' aggression and the use of hate speech in both online and offline spaces. Therefore, if the effectiveness of positive comments to control the adolescent's aggression can be proven, it seems to be an alternative that can help adolescents grow as responsible adults on their own by preventing and protecting various youth problems derived from cyberspace in advance. Therefore, by conducting empirical study, this study intends to identify what kind of influence positive commenting activity has on adolescents' aggression and hate speech, and whether positive commenting activity can act as a mechanism for controlling adolescents' behavior. Based on this, the purpose of this positive commenting activity as a method to reduce aggression and hate speech among adolescents. The purpose of this study can be summarized as research questions as follows. Study task number 1. Is there any difference in the adolescent's aggression depending on experience of positive commenting activity and their membership period? Study task 2. Is there any difference in the adolescent's hate speech depending on experience of positive commenting activity and the membership period? Students, 1st to 3rd graders from 4 schools in Seoul, 4 schools in Gyeonggi, and 4 middle and high schools in Gyeongbuk, out of 20 schools that participated in the Good Comments campaign listed on the Sunfull Foundation website. In order to reduce the effect of regional interference in the study sites were divided into 3 areas: Seoul, Gyeonggi, and Gyeongbuk. The distribution and collection of questionnaires were made by teachers in each school. The questionnaire was distributed through the teachers of each school using breaks and lunch breaks in a comfortable atmosphere. The survey was conducted with a total of 417 students, and 410 questionnaires were used as the final data of the study, except for 17 that did not answer the questions or were judged to be inaccurate and insincere among the collected questionnaires. Hate speech is narrowly defined and operationally defined as the act of posting malicious comments on the internet. To measure hate speech, a scale related to online hate speech constructed by the researcher in connection with malicious comments based on the type of hate speech suggested by the National Human Rights Commission of Korea was used. It consisted of 5 questionnaires: discriminatory bullying, expression of discrimination, public contempt and insult, public threaten, incitement to hate. And in this study, these are measured using the Likert scale out of 5. Frequency analysis is performed on the collected data to derive basic statistics according to the socio-demographic characteristic of the study subjects using SPSS 22PC. And the multiple linear regression analysis is performed to analyze the linear relationship between adolescents' aggression and hate speech according to the period of positive commenting activity experience. Differences in aggression according to the experience of positive and period of positive commenting activity. Multiple linear regression analysis was performed to identify the differences in the adolescent's aggression depending on the experience of positive commenting activity and the membership period. The results are in the following table. As a result of testing the differences in aggression according to the experience of positive commenting activity, it was found to be statistically significant under the significant level of 0.05 as F equals 3.083. In detail, only participation in positive commenting activity had a significant effect on adolescent aggression. And in terms of influence, considering that the standardized coefficient beta value is negative 0.150, it is suggested that participation in positive commenting activity is lowering the adolescent's aggression. In other words, it can be judged that participation in positive commenting activity is helpful in lowering the adolescent's aggression. Among the classifications of aggression, overt aggression is a concept that is contrary to relational aggression, and considering that relational aggression is a covert and indirect form of aggression rather than the purpose of damaging social relationships, and that the overt aggression is a concept that includes overtly overt forms of physical and verbal aggression. The positive commenting activity can be understood as acting as a mechanism to lower the adolescent's direct physical and verbal aggression. In particular, the higher the adolescent's aggression, the higher the frequency of internalized problem behaviors among adolescents, which acts as a mechanism to lower immunity against stress from various social relationships. And it suggests that positive commenting activity can be the key to solving fundamental problems in the adolescent's inner development. It was confirmed through the study that positive commenting activity has a positive effect on adolescent aggression. However, it was found that there was no difference in the hate speech according to the experience and period of positive commenting activity. Therefore, it is judged that interest in various educational subjects for positive commenting activity should be increased, and social interest should also be concentrated. Despite these limitations, this study has the following limitations. First, it is necessary to account for the error of generalization, which extends the result of students in specific schools to general results. And second, various environmental factors that were not taken into account in positive commenting activity. Therefore, if the effectiveness as a psychological educational tool for adolescents is verified in various levels by conducting various studies related to positive commenting activities in future research, it is expected that social interest in positive commenting activity will be further enhanced and various research results related to positive commenting activity will be accumulated.